Oh, hello, everybody. Thanks for coming on to the YouTube channel with us. If you haven't already, please click that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, like and share this video. So whenever we go live, put up a podcast or whatever the case might be, you'll see it on there. So today we got some UFC news. This past weekend, we did see Amanda Nunes. I think she cemented being the greatest of all time in the female division of this era with her win over Megan Anderson.
Yes.
So, but it's official now. Weili Zhang versus Rose Namajunas is official for UFC 261.
All right.
And that's going to be a terrific fight. The Zhang Weili, I believe, is how they want you to say her name, but of course here in America we'll just say it, backwards for whatever reason. But the strawweight championship, the last time you saw her fight, she fought Joanna Champion, and that was a terrific, just a gunslinger style fight.
Yes,
swollen heads and swollen eyes. I mean, it was a complete fight.
Oh, yeah, they went to war.
That's one of them fights where you're like, they've left pieces of themselves in there.
Yes.
With all the racking of the brain and stuff. But I do foresee this going to be a big, big fight coming soon for the UFC.
Oh, this should be a really good fight as well, too, because, both ladies go in there and scrap hard. And so, it should be just as exciting as the other one there,
So I see on that card they're also going to have Uriah Hall versus Chris Weidman, Anthony Smith taking on Jimmy Crute, and then the rest of the card, that's a bunch of people that I'm not really that familiar with, so I can't really make comments about it.
All I'm going to say is this, in light of the news here recently where they released Junior Dos Santos and Alistair Overeem, if Chris Weidman takes a loss to Uriah Hall, which is what I'm anticipating, they need to cut his ass too. I'm tired of seeing Chris Weidman. I liked Chris Weidman, but he's one of them guys, man. It's like every time you see his name, all you're doing is like, all right, well, how's he going to lose this time?
Right.
I never see Chris Weidman's name and go, oh, yeah, he could win. He may not win. No. The guy needs to be retired.
That was about 5 years ago. It was like that.
Right. They need to go on and if you're going to cut the Ream and you're going to cut Dos Santos, cut Chris Weidman.
I think its future is coming, so we'll see. Let's see the next big news that's come out today. Henry Cejudo has come back. He's unretired. Triple C is coming back, he says.
Yeah.
And he's a great champion. He's putting he stayed in the public eye since he's been gone.
Yeah.
But now you've got Sterling as your bantamweight champ. Did you see by chance Peter Yan?
Yeah, the illegal knee.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he threw the belt down in the ring, and I wish I had the Twitter up, but
well, now he's went on to say that if Peter Yan is he's open to moving on if not having an immediate rematch with Peter Yan.
Well, I think he's going to make more money with Henry Cejudo than he would with a Peter Yan.
Yeah.
But it was funny because he put up Yan put up on Twitter a meme, and it was Aljamain Sterling saying, I don't want to win the belt this way 5 minutes later. And it was a picture of him holding the belt. Looked like in his hotel room with a group of friends, and they were all toasting champagne.
Well, but it does. He may say he doesn't want to win it like that, but it doesn't change the fact that he was awarded the title due to the illegal knee. So I don't know.
The bad thing is, I think he was losing.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like he was like it was back and forth. You don't know who was really winning, and then it was an illegal knee. It was him losing, and then he gets the belt. If you remember, Anthony Smith took that illegal knee from John Jones. And he could have stopped the fight. But he said, no, don't do it. I want to fight on. and then
Yeah.
he still lost.
Yeah.
But he could have gave John Jones his second loss on his career, you know.
Well, Cejudo comes back. I think, you know, as long as he ain't got the ring rust, I mean, he might be like, what's his face did, what was that old boy's name? God, I can see his face. He was champion for like 3 years, and he was on the shelf hurt.
Dominic Cruz?
Dominic Cruz. Cejudo could be like Dominic Cruz and come right back and go, you know, get right back into business, but who knows?
Right. So.
Oh, and, you know, speaking of which, talking about that, they said that, I saw this on Octagon Updates. Pound for pound, they said that Conor McGregor has fallen off.
Off the top 10?
Off top 15.
Well, that's fine. I mean, it's pretty. It's
so he's fallen off of the top 15, and that old boy Sterling is now number 15.
Okay.
I think that's a bit of a stretch, but be it here or there, though.
But now him.
But let's be honest here, man. You know, Conor McGregor is finding himself in a position. You know, he wants that rematch with Dustin Poirier really bad. That's fine and dandy. But if he goes in there, man, and gets fucking shut down again in the second round, stick a fork in that motherfucker. He's done. Well, there ain't nowhere out here he's going to go boxing or MMA where they're going to say, yeah, let's pay you ridiculous money for you just to come in here and get knocked out.
Bellator.
He ain't going to Bellator.
But they would pay him ridiculous money, I bet you, to get him.
They maybe.
They would get him a couple fights. They would milk whatever they can out of him. Trust me.
Yeah.
Scott Coker would do
but
that.
I mean, seriously. And then you can't, you know, and if he goes in there and loses again to Henry or to Dustin Poirier again, you can't, in good conscience, you can't sit there and go, all right, let's finish the trilogy with Nate Diaz, because Nate Diaz is going to finish him. I think that Nate Diaz fights Conor McGregor a third time. I think that Diaz has to be the favorite, because I think Conor McGregor barely won the second one.
I think you're absolutely right, because it was left in the judges' scorecards. So really, if you get the right person, they could give you some wonky results. But no, but what you saw with Conor, I mean, he's lost to Mayweather, lost to Habib, lost to Poirier.
His only win's been
Cowboy. Yeah, so he's falling pretty hard. You can't go, well, Cowboy makes you pound for pound top 15.
No.
Cowboy was great.
Listen, here's the bottom line. You know, you can make the argument that that for Conor McGregor to be making his boxing debut against the pound for pound best boxer in the world, he went 10 rounds with the guy. So that's good. Okay, well, that's very admirable. But then he comes back and, you know, to the UFC, and the next fight he has, he gets mauled. And I mean, it wasn't even close.
Right.
And, you know, he gets beat up by Khabib. So now his last two appearances, he's lost both appearances. You know what I'm saying? Finished both times.
Bad.
Yeah.
Badly.
Yeah. Well, at least, Khabib, I say, was badly. The Mayweather one was, I mean, yeah, he got stopped, but he got stopped on his feet. It wasn't like he was looking at the lights. You know what I'm saying? Khabib beat him like he owed him money.
Right.
But, you know, then he's gone again for a long time. He comes back with, you know, to fight Cowboy Cerrone. And let's be honest here. Cowboy Cerrone has a history of choking in the big fights. Okay? And he stayed true to course with this one. It was over in no time. And then Dustin, you know, the whole fight materializes with Dustin. The thing about it is, unlike Conor, Dustin's been in the fight game fighting guys that are currently relative. You know, he's not the same fighter that Conor fought back in whenever. And, you know, and then the first round actually was really good, and I think McGregor looked good. And I think when McGregor was connecting against Dustin Poirier, he was he was jarring him. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
But the problem was, man, is that he didn't check the leg kicks, and then like I said, Dustin Poirier's hand speed's gotten better.
Right.
I think Conor's reaching that point where it's like, yeah, man, you did a lot for the sport. You were the biggest star in the UFC for a long time. But like everything, that bell curve, you've been at the top, and now you're on that downwards curve. And now what's going to be happening is, man, he's going to start being the highlight reel for everybody. Because now, anytime they mention Khabib, who do they pop up there tapping? Conor.
Well, for what it's worth, he did say that no more Mr. Nice Guy, and I guess his past 2 fights he's been very respectful to Cowboy Cerrone and Dustin Poirier. Now Cerrone, of course, he beat, but this time he said he's going to start coming back out. And I guess he'll get back in that old Conor form of trash talking. But you can't really trash talk Dustin Poirier, who just beat you up.
Right? Yeah.
I just always remember Ronda Rousey just talking down to Miesha Tate after she had submitted her.
Right.
3 rounds, and you could see it was just eating up Miesha Tate. But what is she going to say? She had the opportunity to knock her teeth out. Right. But she was unable to,
Well, karma came back around on because, in all honesty, at times Ronda Rousey was very disrespectful. And karma fucking got her big time because she got her head punted off by Holly Holm, and then Amanda Nunes
put her hand to her face.
Let me tell you something. When you watch that fight's embarrassing because you're sitting here telling me that one time Ronda Rousey, people were hollering she was the baddest woman on the planet, and they were wanting to compare. Well, what would it be like if she fought men? Well, I'll tell you what it'd be like if she fought a man. And Amanda Nunes showed you what that looked like.
Right.
So
okay, let's jump over to the final story of today. It is Dan Hardy, who was probably arguably, I think, one of the better
color commentaries
in the UFC. He's been fired by the UFC and BT Sports over an alleged incident that came out of Fight Island with a female employee or so.
Well, here's my thing: is it alleged, or is there enough there, man, that they're going to? Because man, the thing about it is, if somebody makes an accusation and it's alleged, has an investigation been conducted before he was fired, or was he just immediately fired upon the allegation being made? Because there's no due process being given if that's the case.
Well, hopefully he was suspended and they did their due diligence and then they investigated it, because that truly can kill a person's career. Yeah. And we're living in a time, probably he's probably always been the same, because if you remember back, the big movie star Fatty Arbuckle, back in the 1920s, he was accused of sexual deviance and stuff, and it completely killed his career. It came out, it was all phony, but the media never reported it. If they did, it was, page 12 probably of the newspaper, right? Because it was used to be so thick. But Hardy said in one of his statements, he's been trying to get answers to some questions he's had, and he's not able to get to the questions. So in turn, I don't know if they did do it. I don't know if someone said it. They just immediately, knee-jerk reaction.
So again, there's a lot of detail here that we're not aware of. That they're I would like to think that if they moved on the side of firing him, then
it says right here, it was a disagreement over an opportunity missed or withheld, and I love some answers, but can't get any. So who knows?
Wow.
It's sad because I do like Dan Hardy's commentary.
Yeah.
But he will no longer be commentating for the right now. Because I guess everything could wind up, if it's proven to be wrong, they could just bring him back and then we'll call it a day and not hear anything about it. But
I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah. But sadly, that we do live in that time where we don't get to make that type of you get accused of something And
we live in a day and age where people want to go ahead before there's any evidence or investigations or any due process conducted, and people want to go ahead and convict.
Right.
On both sides. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? It's not. This isn't a left problem or a right problem. This is an everybody problem. You know what I'm saying? And and it's all because of social media, because you're already guilty before the first thing. The minute it hits the news, you know, you're already guilty. But like I said, I hope that they did their due diligence and there was an investigation and that he was, you know, they had enough evidence and facts and stuff like that they were. It was a good firing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't just them doing a knee-jerk reaction trying to, you know, appease somebody.
I hope not. So, well, that's it, my friends. If you've made it this far, please make sure you click that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and like and share this video. As you can see down below, we have it on the stream. It says, please, follow us on our social media. Instagram, it's Potato Shot Podcast, and on Twitter, Potato Shot PC. So, Neil, until the next time, talk to you later.